it can't be measured. You can't keep time with this. How does one count time? And how do you think how much time something takes? You could say that the longer you spend on a project, the less time it takes. Because when you're involved with doing a really lengthy, big project, you stop looking at the clock. You kind of surrender to the fact that, well, this is what I'm doing, and this is going to take a very long time. And so, no point in thinking about time. The time I first was aware of this was when I was double digging a French intensive biodynamic garden. Any of you that have done that know that it's lengthy, and this was going to be a very big vegetable garden. The rows were very long, and I got this book by Jarvis called The French Intensive Biodynamic Gardening, or something like that. And you went down the length of the row. In this case, it was about 30 feet long, and you dug a shovel worth deep, and you piled it on the side as you went. And then you went down again and dug up another depth and piled that on. After doing this for a while, I realized when I started, I was always looking at the end of the row to see how much farther I had to go. But I didn't do that for very long. After that, what happened was I just looked at where I was and realized that I was not going to get anywhere very fast. So there was no point in like looking ahead to see how much farther I had to go. I just had to dig this shovelful. And I was very surprised when I saw that I had reached the end of the row. I had lost all sort of reference point to that. So that means it took me less time because I was less conscious of time, and I was just shovel down, shovel up, one step forward. So making a quilt's kind of like that. Not this part so much, although it may look rather tedious. But the part when we start the quilting, that's when like nothing is happening. You're just going needle down, needle up. And that's the goal of the whole thing, to get to that stage for me. Once I'm going to get this piecing done, which is fun creatively, but there's a lot of demand on this part because you're thinking about the design and how you want it to be, the picture. So you're always involved with decision making. There's not that much decision making. Once you decide what your quilting approach is going to be, there's not that much decision making. You're just sitting there doing it. it's quite a heavenly experience. And I'm coming along with the piecing. Now I have to go sew this. This is pinned now. Ready for stitching.